2025 NBA Draft is officially in the books, but the roster moves do not stop there for your Boston Celtics. They have signed 3 new players to Summer League contracts as undrafted free agents in the 2025 NBA offseason. We'll break down all the roster moves that Brad Stevens and Mike Zarren made right after the NBA Draft in just a moment. But first, make sure you go down below and hit that thumbs up icon. And if you guys want us to go live for Summer League, we can do some live watch parties for the Celtics Summer League here coming up in a couple of weeks. And if you guys want to make that happen, show me. Go down below and hit that thumbs up icon. If we get to maybe 700 likes, we can go live for every single Celtics Summer League game. All right, with the first undrafted free agent signing the Celtics made, they decided to take a chance on Aaron Scott, the forward out of St. John's, formerly of the North Texas Mean Green for a bunch of seasons. In his lone year at St. John's, he was kind of brought over by Rick Pitino to fit the defensive identity of the Red Storm. This is a guy who is going to be a glue guy and honestly progressed as a three-point shooter a little bit in his lone season with the Red Storm. He was one of just 2 St. John's players to hit 5 threes in a game in the last 5 years. So he can actually get a solid volume up there, and he's going to be a very switchable defender. He can guard 3s and 4s, maybe some 2s in some certain instances as well. He can move around, man. And look, the stats aren't going to jump off the screen for you, and he was fairly inefficient as an overall scorer last year, but he averaged over a steal a game, and nobody was necessarily the most efficient on the offensive ends for St. John's last season. So this is a solid pickup for Boston. He brings NBA size to the table, and for a summer league team, you're going to need grit and grinders. If you want to go out there and win the whole thing in the Vegas Summer League, then you're going to need some guys who are going to want it. And I think Aaron Scott is no exception there. He's absolutely going to give you 110% effort, play in and play out. And if he's able to hit a couple of threes, you never know. Maybe he could be a two-way contract at some point for Boston in the coming months. Next up, Ben Gregg, the stretch big of the Gonzaga Bulldogs. I was a little excited to see this because, I've been watching Ben Gregg for a couple seasons now, and he's a really, really intriguing prospect. Didn't have the best overall shooting season from beyond the arc last year, dipped below 30%, but in his junior season, he was a 37% three-point shooter, and that's where he's going to make his money in the NBA. He can work in the pick and pop. He has the ability to be, that trailing big, coming into the offense, and then defense doesn't pick up, and he can kind of spot up at the top of the key and knock down that above the break three-point shot. And he's going to be a player who's fairly NBA ready at this point. He's a redshirt senior. He's been in this college circuit for quite a while now, and look, he's put up solid figures throughout his Gonzaga career. He put up 9 points, 5 boards last year, and that Gonzaga front court was pretty, had a little bit of a logjam. You got Graham Ike down there and company, so there was opportunity for Ben Gregg to kind of play the more spacing big role for the Bulldogs, and that'll be what he does for Boston here as, the bigs they'll have on their Summer League roster might not exactly fit the mold of a stretch big here as they took Amari Williams in the second round, and I don't know how many other actual true centers they'll have on the roster here. So Ben Gregg's got a good opportunity to showcase a lot of his talents in Summer League, and if he puts up solid production, then who knows, maybe he could see a two-way contract as Boston's pretty thin in the front court. The last UDFA signing so far for the Boston Celtics, because there probably will be more as we come closer and closer to July. But Zack Hicks, the wing out of Penn State, and this is a guy who I'm a little intrigued by as a prospect. Kind of went under the radar a little bit as a 41% three-point shooter. The knock on him is obviously the age. He comes in as a 23, 24-year-old player, and he doesn't necessarily get to the rim or the free throw line all that much. But he is a very confident jump shooter. When defenders close out on him, he likes to take the pump fake and then one dribble sidestep three ball. Also, if he's going to attack into the mid-range and towards the basket, he likes to really settle for these mid-range jumpers, which can get him in a little bit of trouble. But he is got a smooth shooting stroke, and I'm pretty confident in his ability to kind of defend at multiple levels as well. He's got quick feet for a 6'8" player. So this is an interesting signing here for the Celtics. I think all these guys got a solid opportunity here to play big minutes in the Summer League for Boston, and hopefully that will result in some wins so we can have some fun here in the 2025 Celtics offseason. We'll talk more about the Celtics Summer League roster in just a moment, but get hooked up with the Celtics draft hats from 2025. You can get them at this link right here, chatsports.com/Celtics draft. Get yours today. Doesn't say NBA draft anywhere. Honestly, just looks like a fresh Celtics hat. I love the script. I don't always love the NBA draft hats, but this year, I think they knocked it out of the park. Get yours today. This link right here, chatsports.com/Celtics draft. I put that link in the comment section and description of today's video to make it easy for you guys. Go get yourself some Celtics 2025 draft gear today. All right, let's talk about the Summer League team. And let's start off with the Celtics 2025 first-round draft pick. That would be Hugo Gonzalez. And it is yet to be determined whether or not he will join Boston for the Summer League circuit this offseason. Now, he is kind of playing international play still, still with his team Real Madrid over there across the pond. And there is the Euro baskets coming up as well in August. So I'm not sure exactly if he's going to be playing in that. If so, then maybe he sits out of Summer League to kind of get a little bit of rest and relaxation before he heads into Boston next season, because he will be coming over for the season 25-26. There was rumors rolling around if he could be a draft and stash player for one more season in Spain, but he comes over to Boston as a player who I think can bring intangibles and really, give our guys a run in practice. Not so sure if he'll be an immediate rotation guy, but, he does all the little things well, diving on the floor, crashing the offensive glass, getting deflections, blocking shots. And if he develops that three-point shot, then he's going to be a legit, serious NBA player and a winning player at that. Amari Williams will be on the Summer League team for the Boston Celtics. He is their second-round pick at 46th overall. And I was talking to our resident draft analyst, Nick Roloff, a little bit earlier, and he's higher on him than most. Had him as the 37th overall ranked prospect. He brings a wide array of skill sets to this basketball team. He is an elite rim protector, 7'5" wingspan, and a 7-foot tall player. That is awesome. Also a dominant rebounder, especially on the defensive glass as well. Had a 30% defensive rebound percentage, so that was really, really cool to see. Also, the most underrated part of his game is he's a gifted passer as well. Watch this guy's highlights. He zips one from like 35 feet out, like a couple steps beyond the three-point line, on a rope, on the money, to a cutting player for a layup. He's got a keen sense of being able to hit open players on the short roll out of the high post. And he can also kind of push the pace in the open floor, grab the rebound, put the ball on the deck a couple times, and push the pace up floor. And you could see really good fast breaks out of Amari Williams. I like the little pairing they're going to have here with Hugo Gonzalez, Amari Williams, and then also Max Shulga joining the Boston Celtics with the 57th overall pick. They're kind of building a little bit of an identity, kind of like a unit with these draft picks, in my opinion. Amari Williams, his strength, passing to cutters. Hugo Gonzalez, one of his best traits, cutting off a ball and being available as a receiver of passes. And Max Shulga is going to be the one that's going to be dominating the ball a little bit more. He did everything for the VCU Rams this past year, and he's going to be on the Summer League team as well. He had a really, really high usage rate. He was a really good rebounder for his size and an above-average defender in the Atlantic 10 as well. We'll see if that ends up translating to the NBA, because he's not an elite athlete, but I do think there's a lot to like about Max Shulga, an elite catch-and-shoot player as well. Could be an above-average to maybe 40% three-point shooter if he gets some run in the NBA. Also on the Celtics Summer League team will be Miles Norris. Look, he's gotten some run in his Celtics tenure before, but this is just like the textbook Celtics Summer League body. Honestly, I can't sit here and act like I've watched too much Miles Norris in my life, so it's not going to be somebody that's going to jump off the page or really have much potential to be on the Celtics roster for years to come. Baylor Shireman, though, he'll be a part of the Celtics roster for years to come as their first-round pick from 2024, and he'll be playing Summer League as well with the C's this offseason. Now, how many games will he end up playing? I'm not so sure, but I don't think he really showed us enough in year one to have that kind of status where he can elect to sit out Summer League games if the C's end up making a deep run. So I think he'll be a part of the equation for the most part. He'll kind of be dominating the ball as well and running off of screens, movement shooter. I hope Baylor Shireman ends up filling that Sam Hauser role, as Boston may end up dealing him very, very soon. Jordan Walsh is also going to be on the Summer League team for the third straight season, and it kind of feels like a little bit of do or die for Jordan Walsh here, man. The jump shot is not really translated at all. It doesn't seem like he's improved upon it very much, and he just really hasn't gotten the opportunity in the Celtics lineup just yet in his career. Now, with the Celtics bench potentially being thin this season, people expect Jordan Walsh to be a factor. If he cannot produce at some level during the regular season, I think he'll be on a fairly short leash, and he could be off of this roster as early as next year. Drew Peterson will end up on the Summer League roster as well, potentially, to be determined on that. There isn't exactly a reason why Drew Peterson might not be on the Summer League team. We'll keep you guys updated with that as well. But shout out to NBA champion Drew Peterson. He was a part of the 2024 championship squad. He could do some work with the basketball in his hands, could hit the outside shot, and could push the pace as well on the fast break. So that's the Summer League roster as it stands right now. There will be more roster moves in the coming days and weeks, so we'll keep you guys updated with all of those. Who are you guys most excited to watch for the Celtics Summer League roster this offseason? Is it one of the second-round picks? Is it one of the UDFAs? Or is it somebody that we've already seen play on a Celtics Summer League roster? Let me know who you guys think is going to shine this summer down in the comment section. And make sure you are subscribed to the channel. When the Celtics make moves, we make videos. So if they're going to sign another UDFA, we're going to bring you that knowledge. If they are going to make another trade this offseason, we're going to bring you the latest when we hear it. So lock us in, hit that subscribe button. We'll see you guys on the next one. And as always, let's go C's.